Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the SERMAPod. This is the podcast for the Sports and Entertainment Risk Management Alliance. I'm the founder and CEO, Rich Lenkoff, frequently the host, but as I say always, if you want to host SERMAPod, let us know. We're happy to have you. Coming to you live, as they used to say in the sportscasting business, live from Citi Field, which is the home of not only the New York Mets, but the home of our latest SERMAPod 4. It's our fourth annual tentpole event. Very excited. It's our most well-attended event. We are literally having sessions going on right now, exciting sessions. So next year, if you're watching, you got to be here in person. We'll be in Nashville. So today, for our seminar, we are very excited to bring to you an introduction to 4 of our newest advisory board members. SERMA has an advisory board made up of some of the leaders in this industry, some of the greatest people in this business, and we are adding 4 more. Actually, a 5th, Steve from Marsh, but Steve is taking over from his colleague. So officially 4 new members, and we're going to talk to you about them. They're going to tell us who they are, why they are members of our advisory board, and a little bit more about their practice. So we will start to my immediate right with Virginia. Virginia, tell us who you are, what you do, all that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Rich. My name is Virginia Pederson. I am a partner in the Houston office of Meyer LLP. I have a practice focused now, fortunately, mainly in fitness law, sports law, and entertainment law, and that is due in large part to my SERMA connections. I've been a member of SERMA for about, I don't know, like 3 years maybe?
3 years?
3 years. Yeah, I think this is my 3rd seminar. I got pulled in by board member Brian Kafritz, who is a good friend and a great lawyer.
Pulled in is a little.
Yeah, no, excuse me. It was offered to me based on my qualifications.
Yes,
right. So
that's how we look here.
right. So I've just had a really good time doing it. I've gotten the opportunity to be pretty heavily involved at this point. I've done a few SERMAPods. I was on the committee for the Youth Sports Conference a year or 2 ago, which was a great conference. And just done some other panels and things and made some great friends and some great connections that have kind of shifted the way my law practice is going. And you know, like I said, I credit SERMA for that. So looking forward to being on the board and serving in any way I can and continuing to do so moving forward.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lauren. Thank you, Rich, for having me on. I'm very excited to be a part of SERMA. I found SERMA not new to entertainment, but moving into the industry, insurance industry side. I found it looking for a way to connect because I came from more of the user side, having worked with studios, productions, sports teams for the last 10 plus years, and really found that there was a gap between insurance and a lot of silos, and really needing to find a community that created those relationships, that really understood what was happening from a risk perspective and a user perspective. So I'm part of Entrusted Administrators and Subrogation. We do white glove claims service from beginning to end, and it just was a natural fit. Had a lot of industry contracts and was really excited to just jump in and take my curiosity and knowledge of entertainment and bring it over on the insurance side.
Hi, my name is Tahia Carr, and I am new, one of the newest members, but I'm so excited to be here. I'm actually the risk project manager for Invited Clubs in Dallas, and I plan to have a big presence with SERMA doing more events. I got involved because, I got involved with SERMA because I feel it's a very safe space where industry professionals can come together, share information, best practices, and just have honest, experience-driven conversations. And I plan to contribute a lot.
Hi, my name is Emily Buckley. I am the insurance risk manager for Specialized Bicycle. Thank you, Rich, for asking me to be a part of the board. I'm really excited. I've been a SERMA member for about 4 years now. Love this association, love the community. It's such a great group of people. I was recruited by my former boss, Peggy Miller, who works for Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, to join 4 years ago. And it's just so many great connections that you meet. Every member of SERMA is really at the top of their field. And it's just great to come together and have this amazing group of people who can trade ideas, and it's the past 4 years have just been so fantastic.
Thank you all. Great backstory. So you all mentioned, a couple of you mentioned community. I want to touch on that. And again, we have a great event today. We're primarily an organization that is providing networking and content. I would say the two things we're striving to achieve is great networking, great content. I think we're hitting on both. But as you know, veteran consumers of those things, maybe you could give us some insight on what you think we're doing well. You touched on some of it, but also what you'd like to see going forward. We know that you got great ideas, great enthusiasm. Maybe we'll start with Emily. What kind of things do you think we could learn from as we go forward? We're certainly learning some things today, but this is a great event. But what things can we look forward to in the future that we could do in terms of either content or more networking? Any thoughts on either of those?
Sports and entertainment is such a broad subject. And we really focus, we've had, name, image, likeness now a couple times. So I think moving forward, I'd really like to see a broader range of topics discussed within sports, specifically on the sports side, because that's my background. Sports are, when we think sports, we're at a baseball stadium right now, but we usually think of, the top five: football, basketball, hockey, baseball. Myself, I'm in the cycling industry. So to kind of push beyond that initial bubble of sports and break through into some of the other arenas, I'm really looking forward to that.
Tahia.
I would say, and of course I'm new, but just maybe having some of the members be more present in the community. For instance, where there are sports or entertainment events, having them there promoting SERMA, I think would be great.
And toward that end, we've got an event coming up that you're helping with, that you're quarterbacking in Dallas. Give us a shout out for that.
We'll be having a SERMA Sips in Dallas, and hopefully it will draw a lot of people, not as much as our bigger event. More to come on that in October.
And just as an example of what we're talking about, I mean, Tahia came to us with another couple of great members, and she suggested doing an in-person event, which is something literally we wanted. Like, that's one of the reasons we founded this. We came up right after COVID, right, when none of us were together. One of our primary focuses was get people together. To your point, Emily, it's a relatively small community. We all are very social. We love getting together. So we want to do more of those events. We've done what we call SERMA Sips, happy hours. We want to do more of those. So it's a good example. If you've got an idea, we're not some big bureaucratic organization that takes a lot of, if you have an idea, we can put it on in a month, So a lot of the things we do are based on what our members suggest. If you've got an idea, throw it at us. More than likely, we'll do it.
Yeah, we talk a lot about how insurance is a relationship business, and entertainment is especially a relationship-driven business. You really have to be able to work with the very best who know and understand really all aspects of the business, and it's really not a vertical; it's an entire industry. So SERMA, what I love about it is it really creates those very meaningful, very unique types of events that you don't really see in regular conferences. You come away with very deep, meaningful experiences that are unique and memorable. And those relationships are things that really are the most important to me. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, really kind of helping to help with really creating events and relationships out of that.
It's a great point. We tell people, we told them today at the beginning of our seminar, we're not over-promising, but we are literally guaranteeing that you will leave our event with 2 new relationships, right? That you could leave with, and at least you're going to get more, but if you... Absolutely. You will leave with 2 really good relationships. If you want to meet, industry people, which in our world are risk managers, claims managers. Listen, we've got as of yesterday, we all started our board meeting, 12-to-1 ratio of industry people to vendors. We love vendors. I'm a vendor myself. So we love vendors, but we're very focused on providing, we heard the word safe space from Emily, a safe space for people who handle claims and risk to get together, share ideas, share problem solving. So this is the best place for that. Your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Virginia.
So I think SERMA does everything well, frankly. The networking, I mentioned this a minute ago, but the networking is second to none. And I've been a member of quite a few organizations with really good networking opportunities. But to Rich's point about leaving with at least 2 contacts, I mean, it is always more than 2 for me. And it also happens very organically. Everybody wants to be here. These are fun conferences. The panels are... I mean, this is not the kind of conference where you stay for one panel and then you go check your email for the rest of the day in the lobby. It's not that conference.
Mostly because we're watching you.
And this
we're
year
bullying
especially, this year especially, we're bullying. But in terms of, like I said, I don't think that there's anything that could be done better. On a selfish note, as a Texas girl, I would like to see a little more expansion down south, right? Especially in Texas, because we have at this point such a strong both sports and entertainment industry. I mean, we have, Taylor Sheridan just moved his whole shop to Fort Worth. We have all the teams. We have Austin. That's a whole thing on its own. Plenty of new membership opportunities and plenty of networking opportunities. So I'm hoping to kind of step in and see if I can expand that a little bit.
We've got 2 Texas people here. You heard it here first. We want all of our Texas people who are either members or prospective members, come join us. We'll do some more events in Texas. I think that's a great point. We will end off our session today. We like to get to know our board members a little bit more, and we're a sports entertainment group, so naturally I'm going to ask you. This is all unprepared. I am hitting them for the first time with this question. Should be easy, though. Your favorite sports team and your favorite movie of all time. If anyone is stumped and you need a second, if anyone wants to start, otherwise we're just going to go back in order. All right, Buckley, big sports fan, I know. Easy for you because you worked for a sports team.
So easy. And you know what? I'm actually torn between the Nuggets and the Avalanche, but I think I have to go with the Nuggets. They'll always hold a special place in my heart because I worked in their game entertainment for 4 seasons. So go Nuggets.
No ring.
Looking at the playoffs, it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Favorite
movie of all time.
Favorite movie, probably The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Wow, okay. That's a deep cut. It's a good one. Ben Stiller, right? Not the original. There was some original that it was a remake of, but Ben Stiller. Okay, good one.
Favorite
Tahia.
team, of course, Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, I'm in Texas, but I'm from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
so,
my goodness.
Yes. I believe black and gold. Favorite movie, I would say it's a classic, Splendor in the Grass. Have you guys ever seen that?
Wow, of
Yes.
course.
I love it, Splendor in the Grass.
Okay.
Natalie Wood.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
Very good.
Well, I'm from Seattle, so I'm really hoping my favorite team's going to be the Sonics again.
Yes, imminently, we think.
But no, Seahawks are my favorite team. Singing in the Rain, I'm a classic girl. I love the musicals. I love theater, and there's just something so wonderful about when it's raining and you're just singing and happy, and you just the show must go on.
A lot of romance movies coming up on this panel. All right, take us home with this one.
Even split for the Houston Astros and the LSU Tigers. And it's still Magnolias. Favorite of all
Wow,
time.
it
I
is
could watch
4
that
for
movie
4.
every day.
Excellent. All right, well, tell us your favorite movie and favorite team if you're watching and listening, and our amazing day one producer, guru extraordinaire, podcast host himself, Matt Liller. We're going to ask you to step in front of the camera quickly and tell us your favorite. You've told us before, but remind everyone your favorite team and your favorite movie.
Favorite sports teams, the 96 through 98 Chicago Bulls, the Jordan Bulls. And favorite movie, we'll just go Forrest Gump to change it up a little bit. Forrest Gump.
Classic. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being loyal SERMA members. We welcome you to the board. We're looking forward to a great year. And thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to our podcast.